I might end the stream already, guys.
Oh
No.
god. Please don't do
Wait.
Disclaimer:
Of course you
I have a
can.
13 and 12-year-old in this
Hey.
stream,
Hey. Hey.
and the one that's saying "hey" is actually 1 year old, so it doesn't matter.
I'm 1 year old?
Yep. All right,
This
here's a
is
new game,
news
everyone,
to
for the
me,
VOD
Alex.
because no one's in the actual stream right now. Um,
Wait,
this is
dude,
Great
my
Ace
thing
Attorney
is not showing
Chronicles.
up on my Twitch. Where are you?
Well, that's too
Yes.
bad. How about you put in twitch.tv/the Purple
Okay,
Martin?
no, it says you're live. It's Twitch.
But anyway, for the VOD viewers, this is a one-time only thing when I have friends in a single-player game. Do you hear that? That's exactly why I'm not going to do this again.
Well,
And we can all blame Killer DD underscore 13.
no, I did nothing. It's Killer D13 underscore.
See that? You see that? Now I got a 12-year-old. I have a 12-year-old. I am a father now.
Yep. Yep, you do. You're now a father of a 12-year-old.
Anyway, Ralphie, say hi. That was terrible. Dallin,
You're
say
bad at
hi.
saying hello. Hello, stream.
That was actually terrible.
Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate
Johnny, it's your turn. Say hi.
Hello, stream. It is
That
on.
Shut
was
the fuck
amazing. We have a true streamer man over here named Johnny motherfucking Manor.
I stream.
I'm telling you,
Naughty
that
Manor.
man is actually my son.
Yes, motherfucker.
We're not gonna
That's
talk
right.
about how he's older than me.
That's my legal middle name. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Dude, I don't see your
Johnny
overlay.
Mjolnir Manor. That is his name.
Mjolnir. I'm on Thor's hammer now. Nice.
Yeah, he is straight up a hammer, even though it's
I'm
technically a
working.
mallet. Oh, look at that. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let's press any button. Oh.
It's my thing is a little behind.
Oh my god, there is 2 games in this. There's 2
Yes,
games.
the Great Ace Attorney.
Attorney! Alright guys, we're gonna start off with the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Yeah. Select adventure.
The Adventures of Bob.
Johnny Manor.
I see your overlay.
Why did you gasp?
It's showing up now.
A push for cultural
And
transformation
it looks really
brought
nice.
great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
Why is Frieza just throwing 7 years?
The revolution washed over the land.
I like this
Life and
animation.
exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change.
There's no weird 3D animation like so many
Was
animes
swept
have.
away by the tide.
You're across the room.
What?
I threw my headset across the room.
Oh. Alright, quiet everyone. Cutscene still.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just
Whoever has
the
rustling and bustling in the back.
extraordinary story.
Oh. He has a name I can't pronounce. Episode 1. The Great Ace... That's not how it went. The Adventure of the Great Departure. 22nd. Not 2020. That's weird. That is some loud text. Oh my god. Alright. 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of
Jeez.
No. Defendants
Alright.
Antechamber 5. These are old English words. Another disclaimer. I'm not going to do any English accents because that's cringy for me to do. The accent itself is not cringy. Me doing it is cringy. So I'm going to voice act in an American accent.
Mark.
Anyway, shut the fuck up. Alright. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening.
Still can't believe it's happening.
How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan waiting to decide my fate?
Japan is?
What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer.
Murderer.
Sorry.
He murdered somebody.
Ryunosuke, okay. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student in the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. I don't know what gender is saying this, so I'm just gonna say, that's enough. Oh, it's a badass. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you. And you haven't even graduated yet. And yet I seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right. Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
Sorry.
Shut up, Trunks. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, No, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. That was a terrible laugh. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though, I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by a student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it! I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head up, your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Okay! Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. What was that? Whatever. Oh, okay. It just auto did it for me. That's crazy. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes. That's when all this started. Flashback!
Flashback?
Congratulations. Congratulations, Kazuma! It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. That was, whew, man. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this moment. Finally, those government... Why did I sound like Ian Sinclair? Anyway, finally. Those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. That was so many words that had more syllables than like 2. My tiny American brain could not comprehend. I'm sorry.
Well, stop being tiny in America.
Well, I'm big. I'm very American.
You just call yourself
course I did. Anyway, I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. Did I say who does or doesn't? Whatever. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That was not his voice. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of... Take two. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy the place a little while longer. Oh, now he's chewing ice. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow. Then... Let me try that one more time. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Neutral voice. Atsuki. May I have a word? Who said it? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal words. Yes. Well, this case has personal significance to me. Jiren, is that you? But never mind that for now. Asugi. You should go immediately to the judge's chamber. I'm just skipping. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. He looked like Pop's Racer if he had a bit more hair. Anyway, it seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. So many dots. This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. What? Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yuji Mikotoba. Woo, man, Japanese. Alright. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at the Yume University. I just fumbled all those words. So let you know right now, Ryunosuke. Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuya before. Kazuya, that's not his name. Kazuma before. Sorry, been playing a bit of Tekken. Ryunosuke's been playing Tekken. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. I got a little slow reading. Sorry, guys. Asuka has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. I gave him very different inflections than that was supposed to, but it makes him more human. I don't know what to make that sound. What to make that sound like? I guess. Yeah. All right.
Oh god.
As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Ryunosuke's voice is getting higher and higher as I keep voicing him. Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asuke has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked, never granted again. What? I'm Tim Allen, guys. As I expected, you're unaware of this. I had a feeling Asuke may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing what if he fails? Knowing that if he fails. Sorry, I said it wrong. His dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it. I swear it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer.
That's what they all say.
I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can't believe that's actually a word. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities, I've never said that word before, about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally I'm going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely. Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. The fuck? Defendant! Oh my god, I said that with so much aggressiveness. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our serendipity discussions are to be cut short. Help me out here. What does that word say? Serendipity. Fuck it. Hold on. I'm going to Google. Sorry guys. English is not my first language. It's Martin.
Oh.
Sorry, sorry, I'm going to Google real quick. Surreptitious! I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
So, shut the fuck up. So, allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asuki must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. It's black and white! This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more,
That's always better.
I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, The trial that would describe my destiny. Destiny. See, it was getting good until I stumbled.
Yeah.
22nd November. Alright, let's try that one more time. November 22nd, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. I think that's how you say it. Courtroom 2. We're just gonna... Once again, before I sound stupid for the rest of my playthrough.
Judicature.
Alright, I was right. Look at you. Look at me. I can't even speak normal English. So this is a courtroom.
No.
Fuck! The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. Alright, that's not his voice. Let me try this again. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in this land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in here. In there. The powers that the powers that be have demanded. Oh my god. The structure is so different. No, it's not the strokes, it's the structure of this English. It's really weird. Alright, not weird, but different for me. I speak normal English. Anyway, the powers that be have demanded that this be a secret... Skipping it. A secret trial. A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? I'll become clear. It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Ah! No way! They really have his ancestor. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Naruto?
No. Naruhodo. Oh my god.
Naruto.
Allergy. That has to be Winston Payne's. Winston Payne? That's his name. That has to be Payne's ancestor. He looks like him. Well, you know what voice I gotta give him. The prosecution is ready. Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedures for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days? 2 days. Not 2 ways, 2 days. 2 days prior to trial. Why did I pause on that? No one knows. This is an unusual circumstance. I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer, I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who would advocate. Yes! Oh my god, I was slowly getting close to his voice, actually, now I think about it. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I'm just gonna say Ryunosuke from now on, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. Think I won't be able to get you off? That doesn't sound right. No, get you off.
Oh.
Yeah, right? No, it's not that really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I wouldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes, I know that's how you feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have struck his nose. Shouldn't have... You know what it said. I can hear myself. Shouldn't have... Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well. Oh my god, I gave him such...
God, sugar, Rocky.
Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Objection!
Really?
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Hmm? Oh! Yes, exactly! Exactly what I wasn't thinking! I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's completely blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware. What voice was that? I liked it though. This is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes! Yes, Your Excellency! It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. I sound like I'm trying to be Alejandro Saab. Whatever. Well, he can't be. He can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with. The very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke? Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. but... Are you done?
What?
That sound.
What sound?
Anyway. But I can't even find that. It's simple. It's simple. You can assess the court record with the press of R1. Oh really? I just pressed it and it's not working! If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press R1 for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. What is R1? This is the list of evidence. This is a list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people. instead with R1. Ah! You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press circle to go back. John H. Wilson. Well, he's from England. Yep. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Why did I say it like that? I sound 50. Now you'd better not help His Excellency. That wasn't with any long. Wait, what? Now you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim and the people. Oh my God! I know. Oh my God.
Yes!
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England. Hey, I was right. Invited to UMA University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire. Wait, hold on. Why did I say all that like that? Is at present. Let's read that again. Okay. Is at present a country's most valuable foreign ally. And that's weird, considering... Alright, whatever. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilled on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities. Is it? That's not how you do inflictions at all. Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh, thank you, Beatrice. Oh dear. Look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. I still messed up the same line. That's crazy. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think... Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. Great Britain.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but still, what? But still, I should go and say hello.
A lot of erect feet.
Stop! So I went over to the professor's table
Tell Ryan.
and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? See, death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was, Ryunosuke. Remember that in the court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now!
Yes!
Yes! I made him sound a bit more effeminate than I thought I wanted to. Anyway, well, according to this document, the victim suffered a death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile! That's the post-mortem report, I take it? Sorry, yes, that's right. That, post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects a corpse to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not, as long as I'm not going to be testing it on any of this later. This is also a photographic print of the. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole. Sorry, I'm struggling to read right now. Produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range, also known as point blank. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept the modern scientific evidence into the court. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Can you stop slamming? Very well. Oh my god, 6 people. What's going on here? Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the...
Cooking mama because mama's killing the fuck.
Wait.
I agree, darling. Call me Cooking Mama because Mama's killing it. What does that mean?
I was trying to say because mama's cooking, but I just had a stroke. That's my
Alright.
having a stroke.
Alright. Anyway.
Anyway, besides that.
So without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case,
Don't ask what that was.
the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
There.
There. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? I slowly turned Japanese. I didn't. Any Japanese viewers, please don't be mad at me. Anyway. Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can't... I can still act as your assistant. Oh! Of course.
Playing Warzone, bro.
When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asugi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in the that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. No, seriously, stop staring. It hurt. Who?
Oh my god, I'm cold.
Witness. That's not his name. Witness. State your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called Le Carnival. Oh, that's better. No, I was copying him.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some,
Blood.
It's a regular occurrence. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. If I said some time ago, it would have been fine. It doesn't matter. It's become very fashionable. Alright. Now, I know I'm a little bit dyslexic in the head. But that's not what is said for on text at all. So let's try that one more time. It's become a very fashionable district now. Full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. In Occidental Eatery. I'm gonna assume that's what it is pronounced as. 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. I had to read it slowly for some reason. That was so bad. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. And that fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place, not in the court, the place. It was when I was in. Sorry. It was when I was in the kitchen. That's not his voice. It was when I was in the kitchen. Publishing. He's not publishing anything. Putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in this chair. I'm not trying to do some kind of like English accent. I'm trying to do a fancy accent, and if anyone's offended, I'm sorry, and also I don't care at the same time. And standing immediately beside him, a gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
Oh my god! I was so right. It feels great. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just read his name again. Oh my god. Ouchie. Oh my god, it's coming together now. Johnny. So in the Ace Attorney games with Phoenix Wright, the first person you go against is named Payne, Payne. This guy is called Ouchie. Like, ouchie, that hurt. I was so right. Because he's the ancestor of Winston Payne, the tutorial prosecution.
Ah.
It feels great to be right.
Mind is blown.
The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But the next time you interrupt an inappropriate time, you will be penalized.
Hey, I'm gonna get off.
Okay.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Well, screw you too, Martin.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on.
Then don't say it. Don't threaten me with a good time. Sell quotes. Anyway. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defended Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim, with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in the court today. Yes. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. I'm slowly turning to Snape, and it's actually hilarious. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. You know what? How about we check the court record? Because we're going to examine the hell out of this. I don't see anybody else. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Well, here's the thing.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Attention!
Dear me, dear me. That's not his voice. Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for the court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dinner to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout. Drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card, and it was turbulent. It was a turbulent situation. Hold on a second. Sorry. Oh yeah. After this court case, I'm gonna get off the stream. I'm thinking of doing something kind of episodic, I guess. But since this is like a tutorial type of case, I'm gonna get it all within the stream. And later on, I'm going to go up until an investigation portion is over, and then the day after that, if there is another investigation or it's court, that's going to be its own stream. So I'm doing this in a kind of episodic way. That's how I'm going to structure it from now on, for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. But yeah. Alright. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you clearly... well... Oh my god. Well, you're clearly a very... conscientious. I know that word, actually. Waiter. Waiter! Waiter. Okay. Thank you, sir. Slam desk. The court will take the, no, I'm slowly turning actually old. The court will take the plan and add it to the court record as a evidence. I'm keeping that in. Oh, well. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Well, of course. Here you are. Hi. Oh dear God! Already? We're already having one of those? Sorry, it's just this Hold on a second. This is bothering me already. How do I do mod shit? Also, hello. Sorry again. I am trying to delete thing. Oh no, it's not working out for me. Whatever. There's a bot. There's a bot that's trying to make me buy followers, primes, and viewers, but nah. All right. All right. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected up until now. Oh my God! Something clearly seems to have shaken him. Oh, can you stop coughing? Shut up! Shut up! So, the court has now heard a precis of the case. Okay, that was a weird word, sorry. And watch him die in court. Yes, and at the moment of the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. That probably meant to say in trial. Let me check. Oh, I was right, It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you will have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. T-pose, oh my god. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. I stuttered a little bit. What do you think I should what do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikotaba. Let me try this one more time. Professor Mikotaba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. And then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. That's a deep-ass voice I gave him. Indeed. Okay. Professor Ouchie, I can't get over that. Please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck youth mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Oh God, I don't know what to give these guys. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Armies. Wait a minute. I liked that. Wait a minute. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army's Sergeant. Yeah, Sergeant. Sorry. Sergeant Iesa Nosa. Iesa Nosa? Is there a pun in that? Whatever. Reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles. I'm slowly speaking like I'm fucking, what is it, Joe Biden? Anyway, fine articles of antiquity. There we go. For the efflorescence of our nation's Nippon. And conduct my trade from Rasutai, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Kyoryo Korekuta. At your service. I like that voice, yes. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these witnesses, yeah, that's what I said. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the I'm getting up. Sorry, hold on, I'm turning off the light. Sorry. I need water. But I'll dehydrate. It's fine. I'll dehydrate like a tomato in the sun. Alright. That must have been like the no, it wasn't. Alright. Well, they must be the diner. There must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Hey. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post noon, and that infrequently convert. I will not get some water. I will not get water. Anyway, and not infrequently converse with the interested parties. That was not his voice. Interested parties. Ricardo. We got Ricardo. No. And not infrequently converse with the interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant's looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who... He looks too much like J. Jonah Jameson. Sorry, I was... Whew. What was his name? What was the actual actor's name? Johnny, you know his name?
What? So who?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K.
There we go.
Simmons?
I just remembered. All right. J.K. Simmons is not his name. Let me try this. I'm just gonna be sure though. I was right. Oh my God. I'm good at names. All right. Sorry. I'm being weird. Just a little bit though.
That's alright.
It's all white. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening? The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now the court is... My voice is already just dying. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment at the incident occurred. Yes, sir. There's a baby. There's a baby. He has a baby on his back. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by. I can't. By the way, I'm not even gonna try to sound like J.K. Simmons. That voice is hard to just. It's like I say with Sean Schimmel and Christopher Sabat. You cannot replicate that voice. You're asking why would a witness from the Ace Attorney series have a baby on his back? Whatever. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Well, I'll ask you this question: Why wouldn't there? Why wouldn't there be? Witness testimony. What the witness saw. All right. First, we're gonna review what we have in the court record. Alright, we have the post-mortem report. So the key things, details we're gonna look at is the time of death and what caused him to die, and that the bullet did not pass through. So basically, all of it. This photograph. We're most likely gonna have to talk about the stuff behind his chair, like the steak that he has, and the wine, maybe the fork too. There's definitely gonna be a lot of details, and we have a magnifying glass. Let's go. So we're just gonna check everywhere first. Review. Alright. And then we're going to look at the placement of everything. So, what we can assume that this is the entrance over here. I don't read Japanese, but I'm going to assume that says entrance. So, entrance, restaurant, back, front, left, right, of course. Kitchen area, and we have to keep in mind where these are specifically. So, alright. And then we got our column. Alright, what the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. Do you hear that? There's the baby. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniform varsity cadet. All right, fired on the on the English civilian, and from the back. Wait, and from the back? He was shot from the front. The cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. So you just didn't see anything. Got it. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That... It's a fucking baby on his back. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad daylight. Light of day. In the broad daylight. Light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes. All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the ground, on the ground floor.
On the ground floor.
He's not secretly a baby. After I'd say hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. And then when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I will know. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down just as I was picking it up. Bang! Well, if that's true, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we've heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of... Okay! What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense... demand its right to cross-examine. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband, boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How do you know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right. Arrgh! I turn to the fucking Nappa. The defendant is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Kazuma is so commanding and demanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright. Excuse me, I had to yawn. Alright. This is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Right then. It's all or nothing. Oh my god, I actually can't skip it too. I would like to object to that by doing this. Presenting evidence.
Yes!
Mm-hmm.
Um. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my moustache. That's right, I said moustache. Consistency, sir. I mean, yes! There's a clearly inconsistency here. Clear inconsistency, sir. What nonsense? What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that I know what to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. Yeah, this is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense. That's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Nosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. Sorry, they've been saying Englishman a lot. And from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Ah. Sergeant, according to your witness testimony, the culprit shot the victim from the behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? There's a baby! Well... What? What was that? Something just popped from behind his back. Yeah, it's like I was right? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly there's a clear discrepancy with the fact here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious Le Carnival steak, sir. Well, let's be honest. This is a new game. This is a new game. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iesa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. New game, newer shit, really. Because there's always weird shit in the games, but you know, this is new weird shit. You know what I mean?
Listen here, there's bullshit and there's new shit.
Yeah, because like, it may seem weirder to you because it's new, but I mean like, but it's just because it's new. That's really it. You know, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Knurk! Garg! That's... Look at that! There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial. Just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. That was a growly that I just did. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Hunting for treasure. I forgot his voice a long time ago. He hasn't spoken in a bit. Treasure? Indeed. The Hoy era Koban. My prize coin. My prize coin. I don't know what his voice is. Yes, yes. On each occasion when I visit the restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket. Yeah, okay, I got it. In my bosom pocket, a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute, in the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you. On the day of scrutiny, it was the military man that I proffered my Hoy treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then I'm slowly turning to stitch. After averting my eyes from the briefest moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. The Koban vanished? The Koban vanished? Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoy treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoy Koban was lost to me. No doubt unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? His voice has changed a lot. Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain. It's gonna be his voice now.
Upon hearing their statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? Oh my god, he's getting deeper.
As clear as Kiriko Glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, named Aido.
It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Aido. Teen Shun. Your father is about to quell the enemy, and watch and learn, my boy!
The true culprit.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes. Pointed the gun at the foreign man he was. Is he did he just, whatever, that young lad in black, that much I myself did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself.
Therefore, no... I need to check something on the court record. The head was a sketch of the... Okay. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out.
Over and out?
Do they even have walkie-talkies at this point?
Yes!
Okay. Wait, that's nonsense! The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman! There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Attention!
I can't replicate that specific voice, so I'm gonna go with this weird voice I've been going on with. If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all unreasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime council?
Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after... Wait a minute, wait. There's nothing in there. Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly see, there is excuse me. There's only one set piece.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court would add this new photographic evidence to the record. But, the record, yes. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. I don't understand what's going on here. It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear I saw the woman with her. Him, not her. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time afterward. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times. As we all know, the ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think I, Takatsuchi Ouchi, will have who contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. How can this be happening? The judges are ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something something going on behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examination the witnesses, but make it quick. Understand? Rules can be so unbending at times. Ugh. Cross-examination shock! Sorry, hold on a second. Even when myself was a precise moment before I was tried. Same thing. Yes, pointing the gun at the foreign enemy he was. That young lad in black, that which I saw myself. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that that we were the only personnel present.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, and someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course, the place was almost empty. That's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why that was a menacing reason, a way to say reason. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at the time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report, Your Excellency. It was seen that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Had a clinic? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. November 19th, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it clearly has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke?
Well,
What? Okay. Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request it for it to be entered into the court record as evidence, if you think it would be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical record card to be submitted as evidence or not?
yes!
We need as much evidence as we can possibly get. If I may, I'd like to ask for the medical record to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
The court has already heard a conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous.
Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to the arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Whether or not they are of no concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all positive avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to reuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's the most disturbing trend.
Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. Yeah, we got it. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
Well, right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korekuta-san.
Indeed, alone he was, Englishman, dining all by himself. Pressing is going to be important. Sorry.
So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you?
The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in.
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree at that point. Isn't that correct? Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen.
Wait. That doesn't look right.
Because where he was, there was 4 seats. But this, examine, there's only 2. What's the big idea? No.
The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not possible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Well, wait, if I'm perfectly honest, I have no idea. Therefore, no one other than the black can dispatch over and out.
Yes!
This is a little bit hard. Why aren't you telling the truth? What did you say, cadet? That was not his voice. I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stating the same thing. Well, why am I talking like this? He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. If it is a blatant waste of the court's time, that's not how that's supposed to be said. There's nothing I can say to that. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report you got there. You got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? Oh, the magnifying glass. I'm gonna do it before you even tell me. I can't. You notice that some of the evidences bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press X and you can take a closer look at the evidence. Look at the piece in question. Use up, left, down, right. Oh. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles by using up, left, down, right on the left stick. Okay, I got it. You can move the crosshairs around for clues that may have been missed before. Man, I wonder if it's telling me the exact thing. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press X to investigate further. So partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there's anything, see if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use these and X to inspect any areas of the evidence that looks suspicious. I had to read that very slowly. It says how to clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. I'll never forget it. Oh, sorry if you see a giant black box. You know, never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to having had only one cold in their life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's look for clues we don't want to miss. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day of the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the accident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used a laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. I've been saying it wrong, sorry. Although it's hard to believe, there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. There's a cautionary note for the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic. Whew, my God. Anesthetic. Effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical records. Yeah. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Let's see. Alright. Is there a way to skip this? Oh my God, can I actually do the thing that I always do? That's dumb. Thank God. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes!
Well, I think, what are you wearing, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke? Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma.
can see you're clearing the cross-examination you just carried out. You had your hand raised straight up like that so purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. And thanks for the evidence. Evidence? Advice. It's not evidence. I'm sorry to tell you this, guys. Big yawn. That's what you sound like.
Yes, sir.
Kodakuta, whoa, man, that was a lot. Kodakuta, san. This is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on the report card with your witness statement. Damn, he didn't have like that hearts, whatever. Something clearly doesn't add up. Oh my god. Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, amateur? Sorry, what? You're not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. But that's... Remember, Yunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency? Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides the pale-faced pupil who... This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that, as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders to not eat? So what? I'm doing my best, J.K. Simmons, I'm sorry. It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia. Sorry, I'm just not good with words with so many letters close to each other like that. Oh my god. Wears off. What? No, that can't be. Kurikuta-san. What, boy? What? What? What did you say? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more? That's right, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was just still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Expertly done, partner. That was not his voice.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Couldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beef steak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me. So it doesn't it? All right. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me. As yet unknown third party. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on this table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have an issue with them! Those two witnesses in the stand. What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! No! Is that what he sounds like? Yeah. Negative! There was no mention of this at the technical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Kodakuta-san? No. You were just following orders? Now hold on, lad. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman? Ugh. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? Sounds like a weird... whatever. Just one simple slip of the tongue! Order! Order! Consul, explain what is going on here! It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't... This can't be happening. Ryunosuke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Algie had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, Indians who might be behind this. If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves it was really did wield. Wait, whoever it was. Okay, sorry. Whoever it was clearly did wield his or her power here. How? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? We examined the piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Well then, that's not the only evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes in to my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with necessary influence to manipulate these witnesses is...
Yes!
Well, surely that would be... Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have the level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Come on, Ryunosuke.
Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosanaga's real identity, as proven by this evidence.
Yes!
I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove, Counsel. I think Your Excellency, that what it proves is not true nature, but the true nature of the accused. Sorry? A blackguard who would stoop to presenting irrelevant... Okay, alright. It would seem I have a penalty. That was clearly intentional. That was to show you what happens if you were to choose the wrong thing. And now that you know...
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I guess you're excused.
Excuse me. Excuse me. For like 2 times now. I'm sorry.
I guess you're excused.
Thank you.
I guess you're welcome.
Thank you. You're good friend.
Let's see... Fulmina... What would reveal his identity in here?
Dun 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 dun.
Most of that steak's been eaten. Alright, who can help out? Johnny, how about you help out? You're a viewer, aren't you?
Yes.
Help me out here.
Oh, my back.
What do you think? Which item do you think would be the truth?
Repeat the truth.
Whoa. Whoa.
Too far from my TV. Make it close.
Too late. I think I already got it. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see? It says with the witness name here, Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes. Business cards do tend to show the person's a name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job. Oh, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. The DIPB. Inspector. What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence if they're wielding it somehow here. It would seem it would be this. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. And that's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes! It's the front and the back of the card! That's where the telling detail is. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Osanaga-san, sketched on the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of this business card. The front of that business card reveals the name, the man in the question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. But that's surely...
Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power. As far as regular civilians are concerned, so witnesses there in the stand was in fact the waiter who was it in fact the waiters who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Inspector Hosonaga? I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Plan. Of course. Here you go. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I had made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say, you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Oh, of course, your salary must have been... I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there was... There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can say categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Sorry? Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on point of the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting there was, in fact, another. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence. However... Oh, I have autoplay on. Your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you would require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! Sorry, keep doing this. As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair. Beside him, a gun in hand, stood the accused student. Okay.
Sitting opposite the table at the same time was a young lady whom I assumed to be an English woman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then I received special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if the Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be everyone's best interest to not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishwoman has okay, all right. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right. One possibly does spring to mind. What do you mean, Cosmo? Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them is studying in the medical faculty research laboratory. Is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. And then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman was sitting at the university. It was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yuma University's medical faculty. What is happening here? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's appearance at the scene and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Excuse me. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise, namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we now discover that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. But, Your Excellency, they don't say Your Honor, Jesus Christ. That would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. I stuttered. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel.
I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hokunaga. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, Jesus. I'm just trying to get comfortable over here.
I think the judge is drunk.
Oh. Yes, sir? You will locate this Giselle Beret and escort her to the courtroom with utmost urgency. Oh my god, this is still going on? This is the longest tutorial court ever. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before. It is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem? Oh my god, oh my god. Nothing will get in my way. The court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your accent, let's see.
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before we can begin. Oh my god, I got it to be continued. Thank God. Well, that seems to be it for this stream. That was the first part of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, also known as the Great Ace Attorney Adventure. Tune in next time for the next part of this Ace Attorney Adventure. This AAA title. Oh my god. Alright. Gonna save. Oh. New game save data. Alright. Sorry. Alright. That'll be it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Goodbye.